we used to pick up stop signs, just like how you like driving on the road.
Yeah.
Like, you see a stop sign, we'll pick those up like late at night and just move them to like a different spot. I teach, but at the same time, it's like, you don't understand how many kids I've had come to me, like just confide in me, like they're crying, like just literally I'm teaching, they walk through the door, they're crying, and like for the longest, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver.
Really? Wow. Okay, you gotta dive into that.
I kind of always just had this attitude where I just like, I don't care, like what other people say, like if they not pay, hey, I got bills I got to pay every month. If they name not on those bills, they helping me pay these bills, then why should I care?
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Brown Talk. I'm sitting here with my good friend Steve Colbert, man. What's been going on with you, Steve? Long time no see, so
I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm out here flexing and finessing. That's what I do. But man, what has been up? Out here trying to get a bag like everybody else, man. That's pretty much it.
Okay. I mean, so tell the world about yourself. Like, where you from?
So I was born and raised in Albany, Georgia. Shoutout 229.
Okay.
So of course, I'm in the Atlanta area now, but yeah, Albany for sure. That's home, most definitely.
Okay. How come you didn't go to Albany State?
I did go to Albany State.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know that.
But hey, first off, let's get this right. So they finessed me, right? So I went there for theater performance for my first degree. So I have an associate's in theater performance.
Okay.
And when I went there, they told me that the school was getting ready to consolidate and merge with someone, I can't remember, but they were getting ready to consolidate with somebody else. And so I was like, man, there's a reason I didn't go to Albany State. Like, I wanted to go to Darton. And so I asked them, I was like, can I, will my degree stay the same? So will it say Darton State College on it? They was like, yeah, it's gonna say Darton. I was like, all right, big bet. May come around. My degree says Albany State, and I was like, okay, y'all got me. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, I did go there for theater performance, and then came up here for my film production.
Okay. So you grew up in Albany, and so I assume that you went to elementary school, middle school, and high school there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you ever move back to Albany?
Not at all.
Why not? It's too country?
That's one way to put it. No, I just feel like for what I want to do in my life, as me being so extroverted and me being in a creative field such as like the performing arts, isn't really nothing down there for me. So besides family, like I ain't gonna never forget my family, but as far as career-wise and me branching out to do other things, it's a limit down there, and I can't see myself going back.
What is there to do in Albany besides like go to school? So like,
get in trouble? I was definitely in trouble quite a bit growing up, but
how so?
Man.
Really?
Yeah, I was out there. I'm not gonna lie.
This another side of Steve that we don't know about.
I'm an open book, so I'm here to share. Okay. But yeah, I used to be in quite a bit of trouble. So as far as coming home late, going out, I remember me and my friends. I don't want to put no names out there, but they know who they are. We used to ride around and get eggs and just throw them at people's houses and like slingshots and stuff. What else? We used to pick up stop signs, just like how you like driving on the road. Like, you see a stop sign, we'll pick those up like late at night and just move them to like a different spot.
We gonna get people killed.
That's what I'm saying. So it was nothing to do down there. Like
but get in trouble and do stupid stuff. So you ain't game a lot when you was growing up?
I did. I love games. Matter of fact, my first, I don't know if y'all can see some of that, but my first tattoo is my favorite video game, which is Tekken.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Tekken like on the PS1, PS2.
Same, man.
I stopped playing.
I love Tekken. Matter of fact, I know a lot of people talk about Androids and stuff too. That's the main reason I got me an Android, because I got a whole emulator on here, so I just be playing Tekken on there.
Okay. So from Albany, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Picking up stop signs and moving them in different directions. Probably should have been arrested for that.
Yeah, we can't let this get out too far, because they're going to be like, okay, self-incriminate myself.
Okay, cool. Are your parents still out there? Or
Yeah, most definitely. They still in Albany.
All your folks still out there? And you just out here? You just
So they kind of, branched out. So I have some family that's in Albany, some that's in Athens, some that's in the Atlanta area, some that's in Connecticut. Like they pretty much branched out. So, but majority of let me say my immediate family, they're in Albany for sure.
Okay. So talking about family, you know, and then like a little bit about like how you were raised. So like, what are some things that you believe in and why?
Give me an example.
So, I guess more so like morals. So, I mean, it's like, what are some morals that like you believe in that your family has taught you?
One of the main things that I can definitely remember them teaching me growing up is to pretty much treat everybody with respect. So just to like, I'm not gonna be mean or rude to someone just because, let's say, they have a disability or something like that, or let's say a physical disability, something that I can see.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Respecting my elders. So yes, ma'am. I'm really big on yes, ma'am, no, sir. I know people like might say like, you know, that's kind of old school, but most definitely like yes, ma'am, no, sir, things of that nature. So yeah, that's they really pushed being respectful, most definitely.
Yeah. Were your parents like strict on you as far as like discipline when you were growing up?
I definitely got whooping, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't. I feel, at least this is what my siblings are gonna say. They're gonna say, because I'm the baby. They're gonna say that the baby get away with everything. So
Probably did.
I probably did, but I know I got a lot of whippings. I would say out of all my siblings, I probably got the most whippings.
How many siblings you got?
I have 3. So I have 2 sisters and I have 1 brother.
1 brother?
Yeah.
And you the baby? Okay. I mean, so what are some things that they taught you? Your siblings.
Let's see. I can always say, because me and my brother are like super close in age, so he's like my first friend, like literally like my first real friend. So basically he's always taught me just, you know, he's a great big brother, so just looking out for your family and looking out for everyone else. So that's one of the main things he's taught me. I wouldn't say the exact opposite of me, but he's much more introverted than I am. I'm kind of more out there party type, talkative to people, and he's definitely more introverted.
Okay.
And as far as my sisters, let's see, because our relationship, our dynamic is a little bit different just because they're girls.
Yeah.
But I know that they're there for me. I have to see as far as like talking about things that they've done for me or advice that they've given me. But they're definitely I know pretty much for sure that they're there for me.
Okay. So you just said something that I want to bring up because, you know, you said that like you're more like an extrovert. You like to be
for sure
out there and everything like that. And I've known you to be that. But, you know, from knowing you since, you know, being at Clayton State, man, since like the first day I met you, man, like you always a person that like everybody else want to be around. So like, that's my next question.
For sure.
It's like, what do you think makes you a person that everyone wants to be around? I don't know if you realize that about yourself, but
I appreciate that. I think it's because the energy that I bring, I don't really care a lot of times about what other people have to say. I'm always just out here. I have a big heart. Let me put it that way. I have a really, really big heart, and I'm always looking to try to get other people involved.
Okay.
And something, I'm an educator now, so one of the main things that I tell my students every day is that I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm gonna keep it to them, give it to them real, and always tell them how it is. So I think that's just, you know, that raw authenticity.
Okay.
I think that's something that drags people in, and yeah, like I said, I just got a really big heart. So I'm not necessarily looking for anything in return. So if I feel betrayed in some sort of way, like that'll affect me really bad, because it's like, okay, I know I would never do this to somebody. So
right. Where do you think your really big heart comes from?
I'm pretty sure it originated from my parents. They have a really big heart as well, especially my dad. Like pretty much everyone says that's my twin, but I know he has a really, really big heart. Prime example, what was this, 2017? This was before I got to Clayton State.
Okay.
But in my hometown of Albany, there was a storm that came through, a really, really bad storm. So it had knocked the power out. I remember we didn't have power for like 5 days or so. And so when we finally got power back, my dad took it upon himself to go to like the part of town that was really affected by the storm, and he bought a bunch of food. Like they had to spend at least like $3,000 or something on just like a bunch of food and meat. And so my dad cooked and grilled and just gave plates out to people, just asking nothing in return, and just that's just seeing that, and that's just one example. But just seeing stuff like that growing up, I really feel like that has an effect on who I am as a person.
Okay. Do you ever stop and realize how you make everyone happy around you? And I'm asking you that question because, like I said, like we went to Clayton State together. We had classes together.
For sure.
But I don't know if you realize how much of a classes we had. We was in there having fun.
We were.
Whether it was Professor Bonner or but so like, you definitely brought to like, you just made like everyone, like happy, just like want to be around you. Just always had a good time. Like everybody tried to make sure we had a good time, but we knew if like you was there, we was gonna have a good time. So like, do you ever stop and realize and like appreciate like what you bring to other people?
I guess I don't. I know, because like I feel like if it's genuine, like if it wasn't genuine, then I'd be like, I want to do think about this. But since it's genuine, like nah, I really don't think about it. Like I'm just going out there being who I am, and hopefully that I am hoping that other people they like me. But at the end of the day, everybody's not gonna like you, because that's just how it is. Like everybody's just not gonna like you. But now sometimes I guess, like I said, if it's not genuine, then sure, like I probably would be thinking that. But since it's genuine, I'm not really thinking that at all. But I am glad that people gravitated towards me. That's always a good sign.
Okay. So you said that you became a teacher. So
for sure.
You have examples of your dad as a role model, and you have a big heart, and you make everyone happy around you. So when did you realize that like you can bring all that together and decide to like be a role model for like younger students, like the younger generation?
Like I said, I'm never gonna lie to you. So how I became a teacher, let's see, let me think about it. So I was in a relationship at the time, and then the person I was with, that they said they were gonna become a teacher as well, and I was like, you know what, it would be cool if like we talked together or something like that. So I just said, you know what, let me just take the test. So I took what's called the GACE. I passed it, and I said, you know what, let's see how this goes. And so I applied for the school. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get it, but I applied. I got it. The interview went really well. And I remember my first day, I was like, how am I gonna do this? And I just went in there and like pretty much just, I keep it real. Like I said, I'm always keep it real. So what's the word? Yeah, I just feel like it was kind of natural. Like it wasn't because let's put it this way. My dad, he's a principal. My mom, she's a social worker. So I feel like education, and then my uncle, he's a chancellor at some university. But
okay, cool.
The education has always been there in my family. So like I feel like that's just one thing. And my grandfather too. Let me not forget about my grandfather. But my grandfather was a art teacher as well. So it's just kind of always been there. And yeah, I hope that answered the question. If not, then give it to me again.
How old are the kids you teach?
So I teach high school. So I teach 9th
school?
through 9th through 12th grade. So that's 14 through 18.
Okay. Is it tough sometimes? Is it bad sometimes? Like, do you have to? Do you have like a lot of like attitudes? Cause I wasn't a bad student, but I'm just saying like, I know how I was. Like, we got a substitute teacher. I ain't listening to nothing he's saying.
As far as, let's say, behavior-wise, so my first year of teaching, I feel like that teaches you a lot. Like,
right, okay.
Just as an educator, that teaches you quite a bit. So after my first year, I learned a lot. Let me say, I feel like I made a lot of mistakes, because it'll be kids in there saying, man, I ain't about to listen, you don't care about this. And I'll be like, bro, we can go step outside, man. Like, you talking to me like you're crazy right now. Right. And then, I don't know, I literally just kind of like stopped caring. Like, most of the time they're looking for a reaction. If you just don't give them their reaction, then you're good. But behavior is not really necessarily an issue.
Okay.
The issue is trying to get them to pick up their pens and work, and just pens and paper and do their work.
And you teach?
I teach film. Teach film. So technically we don't really use pen and paper that much.
Right.
Yeah.
How? Because I think that's a good opportunity. I think it's a good outlet for like young students. So how do you find Well, how do you feel about, like how was that? I'm trying to phrase the question, but like, how do you try to teach kids to like take their talents and like whatever they may be feeling to actually turn that, because that's a form of art too. Like film to me is like art. So how do you get them to like take their experience of what they go through or what they be feeling to like actually like show it to other people?
Well, I think one of the main things is most definitely realizing like the community that you're in.
Okay.
So, and just realizing what's teenagers like. And nowadays, teenagers are all about TikTok. So all they gotta do is just make an assignment somewhat similar to TikTok, or a lot of them like making music. So let's do an assignment about sound waves and decibels and how this sound wave over here is gonna go up over here versus this sound wave. And so I would combine that with something about like, okay, let's do a music video or something. So I think just combining what they're already there for as far as let's say entertainment wise.
Okay.
So I mean they're there to learn, but at the same time, like you go to school to talk to your friends and you know, make TikToks and do crazy things. So just combining that stuff with the lesson, I think that really affects them in a huge way. So
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that they enjoy that.
most definitely, yeah, they love me. I mean,
a lot
those
of
kids love
classes
me.
are just, I mean, you know, just be kind of boring, but this time you can actually like do something. Like,
Yeah.
do they have their own cameras, or like do you like try to like provide cameras?
Well, so the school does that. So, man, they don't understand, man. I keep telling them all the time, like, if I had this stuff when I was in school, but yeah, the school provides, I have a studio in my room. We have computers where we can edit.
Oh, wow. They gotta love your class. I know they love
Do they? Man, my class be packed out.
That's an outlet, because you know, like a lot of schools, like when it comes to art, they like completely getting rid of it.
That's true.
I know, like when I was in elementary school, I used to like look forward to art class, like just to draw. I mean, I couldn't draw so damn, but just to draw, like just to build something like that, wood shop, like plastic, like I think you like need something. So that's cool. That's cool. Okay. So, I read some of your Shoutout Atlanta interview, and there's a quote that you said that stuck out to me. You said, "There is no greater feeling knowing that I am changing the course of several lives for the better." So how do you feel about that responsibility?
That just means that I always got to be pretty much doing the right thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say again that I'm perfect, because I make mistakes too, but as long as it's again genuine and authentic, like I'm always just gonna try to be there. Like I have literally from my first year teaching until now, like they'll come back to the school to visit me and they'll be like, "How you still remember my name?" I'm like, "Man, I don't forget nothing." Like if it's genuine and authentic, then I just feel like, you know, it's just always gonna take you much further in life. So like I said, those kids love me, man. I always have love for them too. So
how far do you want to take like teaching? Like, do you want to be a principal? Do you want to teach at Clayton State, where you graduated from? Or
you know, I always said that I wanted to see how it would be like teaching college, just because. Okay, so college, right? Yeah. We're paying to be there, or unless you know, grateful enough to get a scholarship. Like, all props to you. But most people, they're gonna pay to go to college, right?
Right.
So we paid to go to school to do film, and a lot of the assignments that they're doing, my students are doing for free. Like the government's paying for that.
Right. Okay.
So I just want to see like how it would be to teach a subject like on a different level where people actually want to be there, because I have, again, like I said, the kids love me, and again, but everybody's not just gonna sit there and love me too, but film might not be for everybody. Right. So I got some kids in the class who just don't care. Like they'll go to sleep, they'll do what they do, but I can't make them love film. So I want to see what it's like for everybody in the class to want to be there. Like that would be a cool experience.
Okay. Do you still talk to well, not talk, but like, have you reached out to like any like old professors? Me and
Caleb we saw Harris. Matter of fact, shout out Harris. We
Professor Harris.
I took my students to Clayton State actually. And they kept asking. They was like, "Where'd you go to school? Where'd you do this?" And I was like, "Okay, let me just get in contact." So I got in contact with Professor Harris, and he set up this whole tour for us of the school, and they had some workshops that they could do. So that was a really fun experience for the students.
That sounds like Mr. Harris. Man, look, Mr. Harris will look out for you.
He did. That's all he definitely did. Like shout out him for real.
Mr. Harris will look out for you like more ways, especially if he sees that like you like want to be there, like you trying. Like he know, but he he done looked out for me. So
yeah, he's a cool dude, man.
He's one of the best teachers I've ever had, like Mr. Harris.
And I saw Dr. Bonner as well, Professor Bullock. I don't know if you remember him. There was some other guy. I forgot his name though, but
I remember his music video.
Professor Bullock.
That one.
I forgot all about that. Nostalgic.
What do you call this of?
I don't even remember.
Something blue, Iris blue, something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. How long do you plan on teaching?
It's a very good question. I don't know. I'm also somebody who's had a bunch of jobs. Like, I don't have at least 15 jobs, man. And I can firmly say that teaching is one of those jobs where I don't feel like, man, got to get up in the morning and go do this again. Like, right. It's cool. Like, first off, it's low key. I know a lot of people always say, man, these teachers. True enough, I don't feel like we get paid enough. But at the same time,
y'all don't. For like what teachers got to deal with,
it's a lot, man. You're not just a teacher, like you're a counselor.
You're
like
pretty much a parent for 8 hours,
man.
Because if something happens to them kids, they gonna
they don't understand, man. You don't like I teach, but at the same time, it's like you don't understand how many kids I've had come to me, like just confide in me, like they're crying, like just literally I'm teaching, they walk through the door, they're crying, and like, nah, Miss Colbert, they need to see you right now. I'm supposed to go to the guidance, but they don't trust. Think about that. You see this teacher, 90 days out the school year for one semester, and then the next semester another 90 days, but you see a counsel maybe 5 times out that entire time. So they trust the teacher a lot more. So it's just a lot. It's definitely a lot that we deal with.
It's hard to find, like, I'm gonna be honest, like me going to school, a lot of the guidance counselors ain't really like the best, and it's hard to find. I think they're very few in between to like find like a really good guidance counselor that can like take what you tell them and actually, you know, like have the confidentiality, but like actually like give you like, you know, like good advice. You know, a lot of times when she's a problem child, she always got to go to the guidance counselor, or like the guidance counselors, like that's your job, but like they don't even want to talk to the students. They just want to sit there in the office all day and get paid.
Most definitely.
So they don't really like take an investment into the kids, and like that's your job to like invest in the kids. If a kid going through something at home, like he probably needs you more ways than you think. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I wish you could see my door. Like I am, man. I'm actually really happy for that. Like they see a lot in me, and like I said, I'm guessing that's a good thing. But my door for my classroom is just like filled with notes of like thank you notes. I'm glad you were here for this. And what a lot of times, well, it took me quite some time to realize is that, you know, I'm a young black teacher, like a young black male educator. Like there's a lot of teachers out there, and most of the time people think back on their teachers, they're thinking of a white teacher, right? But I'm a black male teacher, and that's something to be proud of.
There's not a lot of male teachers.
It's not at all.
There's not a lot of. I think I read somewhere that like maybe like back in the day it used to be a lot more male teachers, but like nah, it's just not. You really don't see male teachers in like elementary school, like, you know, like public school, unless it's like PE.
Exactly.
Like weight
PE
training,
coaches, football coaches, things like that.
Maybe like art or something like that. But the most male teachers I've ever seen in my life that I ever had was like college. That's the most like male teachers like you. I think most people like ever see. Most of the time it's like, you know, women. I think you need like a good mixture of.
I had a student come from Minnesota their senior year, and they told me, they were like, you know, you're my first black male teacher ever, and that really stuck with me. I was like, wow, like that's crazy.
Yeah, but teachers definitely should be getting paid more. I don't even know like. I don't know like how to fix it, but I know that like teachers should be getting paid more because you have a lot of responsibility. It is
a lot of responsibility for someone in my nature. Again, we do need to get paid more, but I'm doing just fine because I feel like a lot of other teachers like they have kids, they're married, they got this going on, they got that going on, and I'm pretty set, so I'm pretty cool. Like I'm not complaining too much, but again, I do know, you know, that we definitely should get paid more.
And how far do you want to take it?
That's just a good question. I'm at year 5.
Okay.
I don't know. I do want to try college. I definitely, I know I want to do that though. I definitely want to be a college professor at some point. I don't know. I want to say these 5 years they've gone by really quickly. So
you can start your own teaching.
That's true.
You don't have to be in a school.
That's true. Oh, that's a very good question. I'm gonna say at least maybe another 5 years. Let's do 10 and see where it goes from there.
Okay, cool. All right. We talked a little bit about when you was a kid growing up in Albany. But when you were a kid, did you ever think that you would be where you are right now?
Not at all. Not at all.
What did you think you would be?
For the longest, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver.
Really? Wow. Okay, you gotta dive into that. I'm just
my parents, they probably could tell you a little bit more, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver, man. Like,
so like that shocks me because, you know, you just don't hear black kids saying I want to be a NASCAR driver. Like ever since I know NASCAR, is, you know, is more of like a white sport. But I actually went to my first NASCAR race.
Really?
About a couple of weeks ago, and I
had a good time?
I liked it, damn near loved it. I went with my friend Ty, and but you know, like Bubba Wallace, he's like, I don't know if he's the only black NASCAR racer, but just separate from the race thing. NASCAR, I think, is a good sport, man.
NASCAR is cool, man.
Like when you get there, they pray before they start racing, which you don't really see that in sports no more. But I like that. But yeah, man, it's definitely an experience. Them cars go by real fast. You got to have on them headphones.
Man, if you don't, man, you can kiss your ears goodbye.
Man, we tried to sit in front, like we don't need no headphones. We had to go buy some earplugs. We was like, hell no, nah, you'll blow your damn eardrums out. It's good, and it's really I don't know how they do it, because if I'm driving, I mess up every car on that track. 200 something miles per hour, and they be bunched up like that, like they be on each other like.
And then the draft of the win, man. Yeah, NASCAR is cool, man. I wish, like I said, I was a kid at the time, so my memory is kind of vague on like why I wanted to do it, but I remember for sure like I wanted to be a NASCAR driver. And if that didn't work out, once I got a little bit older, I used to play sports, so like I played football and everything.
Yeah.
And so my plan was to go play football in college.
Okay.
Before I even thought about doing film, I wanted to do theater. Like I really, really like theater, so I was always like acting on the stage. And so yeah, that was the plan. Too. I don't know what I want to do after that, but I know for a fact like I wanted to play football, major in theater, and I guess just become an actor after that, because I really do like acting. Like that's fun to me.
So let's start with the NASCAR. So like, did you see? I know you said like you don't remember it a lot, but like, is there like a certain NASCAR driver that you remember that got you into the sport?
I remember hearing the name, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. a lot, and then Jeff Gordon.
Okay, Jeff Gordon. Okay.
Jeff Gordon for sure.
So you used to like just watch? Like,
Most definitely.
Yeah, you were probably like the 1% of black kids in all America. Okay, cool. Okay, so NASCAR driver. Then you said you played sports. You played football. I mean, so what position did you play?
I don't mean to brag, but I can do it all. But I played defensive tackle and offensive guard.
Hey man, I played football for 1 year, but yeah, that line, bro, that's where all the action at.
Man, the line don't get no love, man. I be at the pep rally like, y'all better scream.
Trash, bro. But they talk so much trash, bro. I'm not even gonna repeat. My cousin played. He played for Tuskegee, and my other cousin played for UMass. But like even in Pop Warner in high school, bro, on that line, bro, they talk so much trash, bro.
You got to get in your opponent's head, man. You got to,
because you like this the whole game, bro. But like, bro, like I played football for 1 year, and I played outside linebacker. Man, but my chest was never so sore, bro. Cause on the offensive line, they putting their hand in your chest the whole
every
practice,
single play,
bro. Like, God. Okay, so you played football. Then you said acting.
Yeah, and I also, let me throw in there, I did track too. I threw
shot put.
Well, yeah, I threw shot put. I used to. Now that's something that I just didn't think I would love, but I love
think shot putting. That thing heavy.
It was 12 pounds in high school, and then I think now it's still 12 pounds, but in college it's 16 pounds. But I love shot put.
So you also shot put it. So I'm assuming you played football and did shot putting in high school. Okay, and then you said acting, like theater.
Yeah.
What got you into acting and theater? Because I like theater, but I'm more of I like to watch. Because I took, what was it? Was it intro to acting or something theater at Clayton State? But it was just as a lecture, and I thought I'm just going to take it. But I actually liked it a lot, though.
I've always liked acting, like, I don't know, just portraying somebody. That's just so cool to me. So what got me into it was my senior year of high school. Well, I was already like into acting, but my senior year for sure, we were doing like plays around the school and things of that nature. So we would go to like elementary schools and do the Grinch Who Stole Christmas and things of that nature. And once I got to college, I just said I want to see how this is gonna go, and it was a lot different from what I expected. Like the sets and stuff, I was like, man, do they have to like pay people to build these sets, or do they just buy it from Hollywood and they ship it in? But then we're in class building the sets, and I'm like, man, this is in depth. It was cool, and just it was a cool experience, man. Like I'm definitely a theater geek. I love theater.
What kind of acting do you like more? Do you like blockbuster Hollywood acting more? Or do you like theater acting, so it's like plays, or like the audience is like in front of you?
They're
like
both really, really cool. As far, because I've been in some short films, but they're both cool. But as far as being on the stage, that's a different feeling, man.
Because you can't mess up.
And if you mess up, you gotta know how to finesse. Like you gotta keep it going. So it's a different feeling being on stage.
I went to go see the character's name is Scrooge, but I forgot the name of the story that he's in.
What's the Christmas?
Christmas Carol? It might be a Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Carol, I think that is it.
Christmas Carol. I went to go see it. I forgot where that place is. It's in Atlanta, but I went to go see it, and it was. I love, like, as a kid, I always like going to go see plays. So that really got me back into like seeing plays. I actually want to go to an opera. I really do want to go to an opera and just experience.
Ask any theater person about tech nights, man, and tech dress rehearsals, and man, you're gonna be there all night. But it's cool. It's a process, but it's worth it at the end. Like it's so worth it. Learning your lines, like it's a cool process.
I like the whole process because I feel like, I don't know, like sometimes, you know, when you watch an actor on the screen, it's like, yeah, but it's on the screen, you do it all the time. But like as a play, it's like, no, like that person that's in front of you is like real. So it's like, I don't know, it's different. It's something about like plays and just theater. I like it better. Me.
Most definitely.
Okay. So what have you learned about this? What have you learned about yourself in the past year?
Learned about myself? Let's see. In the past year, let's go past year. Okay. Let me
but if you want to take it further, that's fine. Past year, past 2 years, past 5 years. But like,
it's October now, right? Wow, that's a very, very good question. You said what I haven't learned about myself?
What have you learned about yourself in the past year? Or I could take it in another direction.
Oh,
what? Okay.
Good example. So yesterday, I'm wearing some old glasses right now. So I went to I had an eye appointment the other day.
Okay.
And so for all my people out there that wear glasses, once you go and you do your little test, and they come out and they say, okay, you can get these glasses right here, or you can get your prescription and go home. Like you don't have to get the glasses from there.
Right.
And I know from just what type of person I am, if I don't get those glasses right then and there, then I'm not gonna get the glasses at all. So I'm not sure how that ties in, but I know for a fact that again, if I just didn't buy those glasses, so I had to buy the glasses, and
okay. So you saying like patience?
I guess that's relating to patience, maybe.
Do you have a lot of patience for stuff, or no? Or do you run out of patience?
I think being a teacher, I have to have a lot of patience because man, it's sometimes I want to say some things that I can't say, but yeah, I think I have a lot of patience, but I guess as far as that's like in a more professional setting, like if it's something personal for me, then I know it'll be a different situation. So
okay, so I can take the question. I mean, so I can take the same question and okay. So what have you learned about yourself since you started teaching? That'll be a better question. Yeah.
Since I started teaching.
Because I know you said something about patience, but you know, like teaching kids, I've
learned that because sometimes I feel like we all go through like just like a down spell or something, like you're feeling down about yourself, and one thing that I have learned about teaching is that, you know, that I'm trying my best, and then I feel like the kids, they see that, and so like they like I said, they confide in me, like you know, it's like almost every kid wanted to be in my classroom. Just not even just like to not do their work. They're there to talk to me. Like,
Right.
so, yeah. I hope that answers the question. I hope it does.
Okay, so what's something that the students have taught you, would you say?
One of the main things that I've learned, most definitely is, even as I'm a teacher / educator, you never stop learning. Like I'm still learning every single day, just like they're learning every single day. So that's one of the main things, is that I'm constantly learning just like them.
I mean, so like, what are some of the things that you've learned from like students?
Well, one thing that I've learned, especially like you get your first year done, right? So you got your lesson plans, you got all this stuff set away. You're like, okay, next year I'm gonna be prepared. I ain't gonna have to worry about none of this no more. The next year, get there, there's a new group of kids. So the way this group of kids learn gonna be different from the way this group of kids learn. So it's not the same thing each year. I mean, what's that saying? We're not gonna reinvent the wheel. You just gotta. It's like you have the format there, but the process is gonna be different each time. So most definitely about what's the word, I just went blank.
So it's kind of like with like sports, right? Like you can't win a championship doing the same thing year after year after year.
Exactly.
Because adjustments have to be made. And like you said, I wish more teachers would think like that. Like the way you taught that class last year, like
it's not gonna work. Yeah.
Like this year, you know, like we may be like, you might have to break it down to like 3, 4, 5 more times.
Most definitely.
I feel like a lot of teachers aren't willing to.
I'm in here trying to teach them, like the first group, I'm teaching them rule of thirds, right?
Right.
If you line it up on this point right here, you put it on these intersections right here, your picture's gonna be more dynamic. Boom, that group got it.
Yeah.
The second group, they need actual practical experience. So I gotta put the camera in their hand, they gotta go shoot, and they're like, oh, okay, now I see why we got these grids on our cameras.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's cool. But I definitely wish more teachers would do that. Like if you starting to see, I ain't gonna say no names, but if you grading papers and you looking at the papers and it's F, F, D, F, 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 F.
See, and that's a very good point. Okay, so I gave a test one time and I saw a bunch of Fs, but at the same time, okay, I had to tell you too, because again, what type of person I am. I'm never gonna lie, and I always let the kids know on the first day of school what type of person I am. So I let them know, like, hey, you're not supposed to necessarily have your phones out in here. If you fall asleep, I'm not gonna walk in by and say, baby, you need to wake up or anything like that. I'm gonna let you stay asleep, because my goal is to prepare you for that secondary education. And in college, your professors are not gonna sit by and wake you up. Like, they're gonna continue on with the lesson.
Or kick you out of class.
Yeah, or kick you out of class, one or the other. So when it comes to things of that nature, like if I see them sleep and then there's a bunch of Fs, and I'm like, okay, it's not my fault. But if I see a bunch of Fs and I know that they were woke and I'm paying attention, then I'll go back and matter of fact, I won't even count that test. Like I'll do it again, and I'll reteach that lesson, because clearly somewhere along there, they're not picking up the point.
That's cool. That's cool. Do you think so you being a film student and now you're a film teacher? Do you? Is there some things that you took from being a film student, like, okay, I'm going to do this better, and then are there some things now that you like, oh, I understand why, like Professor Harris or McDonald or like Professor Bonner, or like I understand like why they were teaching us this way?
Yes and no, I would say, because as far as how they learn, how I learned, like I felt like, I'm not gonna lie, when I got to Clayton State, I felt like I was kind of behind. So like my buddy like Caleb, like he was already editing and stuff, and I didn't see Premiere Pro for the first time until I first got there, 2017. So I'm like,
that's how
I'm way behind. Like so,
I'm not gonna lie, Caleb, man. Like when you first start talking to Caleb, be like, huh? Because Caleb, he just sound like he's so like,
this man's been doing what he's doing.
Like Caleb, he know what he's doing. When I did, we were all in DVP2. Like he went through his shots so fast. He was like, "We got it. We don't need to do another one. We got it. Okay, we'll just do another one." But Caleb like boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
That's why everybody also wanted Caleb to be the cinematographer.
For sure.
And like the DP and stuff like that, because he just like
he knows it, man.
Honestly, bro, if you would, because I remember for I'm not gonna say that because I can make up, but like if you like a director, you got Caleb. You really don't need to do nothing. You be like, Caleb, I just do it. And here, Caleb
He gonna knock it out the park too every single time.
Like, boom, boom,
hey,
boom,
shout out
boom,
Never
boom,
Blink.
boom,
Shout
boom.
out Never Blink.
Yeah, but Caleb, if you see this, man, you fire, bro. You fire.
We gonna give you your flowers while you're here, man.
Yeah.
You him.
So go ahead.
I'm not even sure where I was at.
Oh, so we were saying how like you understand like why like some of the professors teach it the way they teach, and then some things are like like when I became a film teacher, I'm not going to do it that way.
Oh yeah. So as far as what was something that we learned? Lighting. I remember lighting. We stayed on lighting for a long time. And no,
lighting.
Not even just a better example of that. I remember in college we stayed on the 180-degree rule so long, and I was like, it's not that big of like. I mean, it's a big thing in film, but like I think we stayed on the 180-degree rule for at least like 4 days, and I was just like, are you serious? So now. Well, I tell them about the 180-degree rule, but I know that it's no need to stay on that long. So,
let me ask you this. Okay, so you being a film teacher, one thing I never understood, because they would teach us stuff in film that like it's not supposed to be broken. Like if you got like the 180-degree rule, they don't want you to like mess that up. But then you also got like certain directors who don't go by like anything they were taught in film school.
Exactly.
So they like bold enough to like break it and like just be, I'm just gonna shoot it this way and this is how it's gonna look, and I'm gonna make it look good. You know what I mean? So like I just never understood that, like why some people in film like, no, you have to do it like this, and then some people like, no, you don't have to do it like that.
I just feel like as far as like rule, like 180-degree rule, right? I feel as you should know the rule, but if it's appropriate to break it or if it makes sense to break it, sure, go ahead and break it. But if it doesn't make sense, then technically you're gonna confuse your audience, and you don't want to do that. You want them to be as engaged with the project as you want them to be. Okay.
Well, I just remember, side note, I ain't gonna say no name, but remember how we'll shoot some stuff? We'd be like, yeah, we got it, take it to class. No, reshoot it. Be like, dog, I just spent like 8 hours editing this, right? And when I gotta start up now, I gotta reshoot shots and get it to make sense, and the film is,
and film is time consuming, man. Editing, man, especially if you don't know hotkeys. Our first assignment, man, and this is one, I'm gonna lead this back to teaching. This is why I teach hotkeys now, shortcuts, because my very first film assignment, you remember we had to do the music video assignment, so we basically had to find like clips online that matched with you had money with Mr. Krabs. I remember that.
Yeah. With the OJ,
I remember that. Yeah.
He told me to take the part out with like with the strippers and stuff. He's like, yeah, Tommy, this is good, but Professor, shout out to Professor. He was like, yeah, this part, I don't think your audience really needs to see that. All right, I'll take it out.
I remember that. So that assignment right there, I kid you not, I used to literally go out and party and stuff. So I remember we had to do that assignment, and it took me 8 hours to complete that because I didn't know. I had to find all my clips, download them from YouTube, make them like hit on beat with the song and everything. And it took 8 hours. I didn't know shortcut keys or anything like so. As I didn't know what Control Z was, so I'm man.
It makes the workflow a lot easier.
It does.
It makes the workflow a lot easier. Okay. Paint a picture of what you want your life to be like 10 years from now.
10 years from now?
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm 20, 30. Hopefully I'm still doing something I love. If I'm not teaching, then like I love film, so like hopefully I'm either doing that or acting or something. 30, I would like to have at least 2 kids. I'm a lover boy, I'm a romantic, so hopefully I'm married by the time I settle down. Okay. And just taking life how it goes, and I'm excited to be like, I definitely would like to be a father at some point. So this is my baby right here. So
she's adorable.
If she could talk, I'm pretty sure she'd say I'm doing a good job.
I can tell she love you, bro. I can tell. So 2 kids. Would you like to have your own like studio? Not like a big giant studio, because sometimes I feel like some of the best stuff is made with like small studios. Yeah. Like you might only have like 1 studio space, but you got your good group of people and y'all just work good together.
Well, actually, my company, we're gonna put the link down right here, but it's called All the Above Media. So people always ask me like where I got that name from, and a lot of times, like let's say you go to an event and you're trying to like market yourself, and people are like, what do you do? And then somebody might say I'm a photographer, someone might say I'm a videographer, whatever they're gonna say, right? And I just feel like, especially within film school, they teach you all this stuff, so I feel like I can do all the above. So that's where my name comes from.
All the above, okay.
So anything media related, I can do it, all the above. So if you want a sound recording, you need some boom mic or whatever, boom, we're there.
Okay, okay. Now last question for you, What's some positive advice you would like to give the world and leave to the world?
Positive advice I would give to the world. Be you and be 100% when you be you, because like I said before, Jesus was perfect and they still hated him. So we're nowhere near perfect, and yeah, people are always gonna hate you. So just be you and be 100% when you be you.
Okay. So for people watching this, where do you find that strength to be you?
Well, I've always, if you ask my dad, he's gonna always say like I kind of always just had this attitude where I just like I don't care like what other people say. Like if they not pay, hey, I got bills I got to pay every month. If they name not on those bills, they helping me pay these bills. Then why should I care?
Right. Okay. So be you. Say it again.
Be you and be 100% when you be you.
Be 100%. Okay. All right, man. That's it. Hey man, thank you for allowing me to interview. I ain't seen you in the. It's been a minute.
Hey, but y'all know we holiday party coming up December 21st. We lit.
I'm coming. I'm gonna be there. You gotta bring gifts?
No, it's all paid for. Come to have a good time.
Okay.
Come to have a good time.
I'll bring some. Okay. Hey everybody, thank you for watching another episode, another video of Brown Talk. I'm sitting here with Steve Colbert, artist, actor, rapper. You make music too.
I do it.
Tell them that you make
all
music.
the above, man. I do it.
I had listened to your song that was on SoundCloud. But yeah, man. So you do it all. What? Gamer? Actor,
it's all
teacher?
there, man. It's all there.
What else you gonna do? You don't even know.
Actually, I want to get into like carpentry or something like building. Like I think that'd be real cool. And like I know a lot about cars too. Like when I first had my Jeep, it used to be cutting off and I would be stuck in places all the time, and just having to work on that and like not going to shops and having to do it by myself. Yeah. So I know a lot about cars now, man. So.
Okay. Steve Colbert, the man of many traits. Man of many skills. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Brown Talk, and until next time.
You did.